How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and today we're going to be talking about SOS, EBON, and Hive. And I must say, SOS had quite a strong day inside the market. We already know that, this SOS movement has traveled far and wide all over the internet, and it's made its way all the way to Reddit. So we definitely have quite a following behind this stock, and it's contributing to the volume and the demand that we're actually seeing. I also put up a YouTube post talking about, hey, it's very strange how SOS started having that strong move up starting from yesterday, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin is starting to struggle. It's starting to pull back more than we would have thought. But we also notice that Ethereum has been pulling back as well. So when I look at these particular type of opportunities, hey, it's healthy, number one, and number two, and it's opportunity to actually buy. Get into certain stocks that you've been looking at, because a lot of stocks today overall in general got hit very, very hard. One of the good things I want to cover as well, that EBON also ended up issuing a response to the Hindenburg report. And the fact that that was good to have, it was good because it showed that they were actually prompt about it. They didn't wait. They didn't sit on the sidelines. They said, hey, this report came out. We're going to handle it ASAP. And that's exactly what they did. So what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be doing the technical analysis for all of these stocks. And then afterwards, I'm going to be giving you guys my final thoughts as well in regards to what things there should be looking like for tomorrow. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SOS, which ended up finishing the day at $5.78, being up almost 29% with 28.44%. On the low, it ended up reaching $5.23, and then on the high, ended up reaching $6.17. So what we're going to be taking a look at are some support and resistance areas to be aware of. So automatically, as you can see right here, we're going to be starting from the top. We can see we have some support right here at $5.70. And we also have some support here, and it's been proven right here at $5.50. So this $5.50 area is an area that I want to see actually being held up as we get towards the end of after hours. Currently it's at $5.53, but again, this would be the ideal area. We want to see it close above right here at $5.50. If it ends up breaking through, the next area that we need to look out for is right here at $5.41, and that's an area that you'd want it to hold. And also right here at $5.25. I would say this is absolute, because as you notice, we have a big time gap up here. So with this gap up, this is the potential downside in regards to there ends up being a gap down. So if it ends up gapping down by passing where we have support here at this 524, then we'll definitely be getting down to $4.51 fairly quickly. So that's just something to be aware of. So in regards to the resistance areas, so when we take a look at the resistance areas, we definitely got to take a look at what's happening near the end to when it came closer to close. So we see here at $5.84. We also have another resistance area here right at this $5.93. Of course, we have a resistance area right here at $6, and we also have a resistance area here right at $6.10. So being aware of these particular areas will actually help you and give you a good strategy going in for tomorrow. And just taking into consideration the fact, like I said, we ended up having a big time gap up. I would really love to see this area actually end up being filled, or we end up continuing the momentum that we ended up seeing actually from today. I'm going to be looking forward to that, and that's exactly how I'm going to be playing it. Now, the next thing that we need to take a look at quickly, I want to show you guys the 6-month chart. So if we take a look at the 6-month chart and where we're at currently, if we want to continue this bullish trend, as you can see here from the 50-day EMA, we definitely want to see SOS above $5.62, right? So if it's finishing above $5.62, we can look forward to the continuation of that bullish trend. Also, if we take a look at the 200-day, the 200-day is at $6.15. So just taking that into consideration, and part of the reasons why that 610 area is an area of resistance, if we get past $6.15, the next level that you could actually really look forward to is right here at $6.60. Yes, you are seeing that correctly. And that's an area where I do believe that SOS can actually get to. But is that going to be happening tomorrow or this week? Hey, that would be great to see. But as you know, I'm always realistic with my expectations. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for EBON. So it ended up closing the day at $5.41, being down 2.17%. Ended up seeing a low on the day at $5.34 and ended up seeing a high on the day at $5.75. And currently what we're seeing, what's going down in after hours, it seems to be holding down $5.40. So one of the things that I want you guys to be aware of are the support and the resistance areas so you have a good idea in regards to price action. So if we take a look right here, we definitely have an area of support right here at $5.35. So the fact that EBON is holding up this area fairly well, that's something to actually look out for. And the reason why you should be looking out for it, what happens if this particular area ends up breaking? So if this area ends up breaking, the next area of support, as we could see here, is definitely around $5.24. And then the next level right over here around the 5 teens. So that's just something to be aware of just in case it ends up pulling back. So where do we have clear areas of resistance? So we could definitely see right over here, we have a clear area of resistance right here at 543. And to be exact, right over here as well, right at that 550 level. So that 550 level, once we're able to get past that, then we can end up seeing a strong move. And that's part of the reasons why when we ended up hitting those highs of 575, we were able to not stay there not that long at all, as you could see from up here. So that's just something to be aware of. So just know once EBON is able to get past that 575 area, then it can definitely start making a move and challenging up to that $6 area. But it needs to pass this area of resistance at 575. Also the clear area of resistance here right around the 560s, and also taking into consideration that once it passes these areas, 560, 575. Be aware, past 575, then we get to 6. So that's to kind of keep you updated in regards to how's it going. So what we want to see from EBON and how it ends up closing today, would definitely want to see it closing above 540. So if it closes above 540, that's a really good look, and we can look forward to seeing a potential gap up for tomorrow. That's just something to give you guys some heads up so you're ready. Now, let's talk about quickly about this dip that happened here. This was back yesterday. So this particular area of $5, these are automatic opportunities if you are considering it, of course, right? I like these particular areas for EBON, especially if it pulls back, because it does have a pretty strong recovery. And now let's take a look now at the 3-month chart. And as you can see right here, we're right at support, right? We've shown to have support here right at this 540 level. That's why I was saying if this particular area breaks, then the next level, as we've already talked about in previous videos, is right here around this 485 range. So that's what I'm saying. It's about time, and we are expecting EBON to make some moves to the upside and so forth and start catching back up to the 50-day EMA, and then hopefully get closer to getting to the 200-day. But of course, that's going to depend on the overall sector and what's going on in cryptocurrency. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Hive Blockchain. We see the overall performance. So it finished today at $3.98, seeing a low of $3.76, and also seeing a high of $4.05. So one thing to be aware of, I was telling you guys that I wanted to be able to catch Hive on the dip. I had a limit order at $3.75. But of course, it didn't get filled because it only got down to $3.76. And even when it did, look how fast it recovered. Literally, as it got closer right into the close, it got up to just $3.98. So just under $4. That's why I was saying anywhere here for Hive, especially that 375 level, is a great opportunity. And the market definitely showed us that when we saw that last minute spike towards the end. Now, let's take a look at some support areas. So we can see the support areas being tested right here at $3.80 for Hive today. So just knowing that and being aware of that is something to know going forward, especially going in for tomorrow. If it ends up breaking this $3.80 level, that's where you can really look forward to seeing if you can get an opportunity to get in at the 375, 376, and so forth. I just know for next time, I'm probably just going to set it at 76. What's a penny, right? So if we take a look at the clear areas of resistance that we had, we could see we definitely had some clear areas of resistance here at $3.90, and also a resistance area here right at $3.95, and also of course the resistance area here where we ended up reaching the high right at that $4 range. We know that $4 is one of those areas, once Hive is able to break through it with a lot of momentum, then we could definitely see that strong move and reaching up into that $4.10 range. So one thing to also be aware of, because of the current conditions that we're going down inside the market, this is part of the reasons why we saw a lot of pullbacks in a lot of cryptocurrency related stocks, especially if we take a look at how Hive actually performed yesterday. It did a way better job, and like I said, it held down that $4 range very, very well. So what I looked at, what I saw today was definitely opportunities to take advantage of. So what I would be looking forward to seeing tomorrow, assuming, hey, Bitcoin regains back that momentum, and if the market is looking pretty favorable, especially if we see any moves in Mara, Riot, also Ethereum, then we could definitely see Hive reclaiming and getting back into that $4 level, which we've been seeing in the past. But if there ends up being a pullback or there continues to be some consolidations, I'm definitely going to be looking out for adding to my position into $3.70 territory. So for my final thoughts for all three of these stocks, let's start off with SOS. Like I was saying in the technical analysis portion, if it can't finish above $5.70 or $5.60, it starts to end up looking kind of bearish. But at the same time, we do got to take into consideration that SOS was up almost 30% on the day. So that's something that we need to be aware of, and just know that, hey, this momentum could definitely continue going into tomorrow. But in regards to that, when it comes to SOS, just make sure you guys are also protecting your profits. We've had quite the run up, and the last thing that I want you guys doing is losing any money. If we end up having some strong moves to the upside and start challenging that $10 range sometime this week, that would be great. But like I always say, nothing in life is actually guaranteed. So be prepared for those support levels and protect your profits. The second thing is on EBON. I love the fact that they were able to respond in a timely manner. A lot of people are saying, well, you know what? It didn't sound that sincere. And I'm just like, you know what? The fact is they were timely about it in regards to a response. If they weren't timely about it and they were sitting on their laurels and saying, well, you know what? We're not going to respond to that, or, you know, we'll do that next week, then it would be a lot more concerning. So that's why, hey, we got to admire the fact that they're able to be quick about it. So just taking that into consideration, yes, EBON ended up getting hit. And the same thing we could say for Hive as well. But one thing that we did notice with Hive, and we also covered this in the technical analysis, towards the end of the day, we had that huge spike when it bounced off 376 all the way to 398. And I was telling you guys that 375 is a support level for Hive. And we want to see that area ends up being challenged, would it bounce back? And that's exactly what we saw. I also had a limit order in at 375, but hey, it didn't get filled. Should have put it in at 376, but of course, I'm not the kind of person who chase stocks, and that's something that I do not encourage anyone to do. And that also makes me want to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just make sure when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So as far as what we saw inside the market today, yes, the NASDAQ ended up getting hit quite a bit, but just look at this as opportunities. A lot of you guys are saying, well, you know, the market was down. Oh, this was the worst, blah, 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 blah. But hey, these are usually the best times to actually buy stocks. You don't want to be buying stocks or buying a ton of stocks during a bull run or when they're always green, because then when you have corrections and then when you have pullbacks, what do you think happens, right? It comes back to the term where you really want to focus in buying on the low and then selling on the high. And considering how things have been, it's been quite a month, especially back in March, and now we're into April. And I definitely do see things getting better, whether it's coming into next week or the week after. And that's one of the things I want you guys to be aware of. There's a lot more time. You need to be patient. If you're impatient, then you are going to lose money in the stock market. It's as easy as that. And that's part of the reasons why all the plays that we go over and so forth, it's important where you know where those levels are, especially if there's a possible pullback. And it's also important that you're using dollar cost averaging. Any position that you go into, please do not put in the whole lump sum in that first position that you make. You want to be able to make at least 3 to 4 positions so you could dollar cost your average your way in. This is how you end up winning in the stock market. It's something that I do and it works very well. And it gives me the opportunity to also take advantage of pullbacks when they happen because I'm going to have cash on the side. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and we'll be talking real soon. Peace.